cousin Jed, sitting on the porch. I won't retire, but I might retread. Seemed like that guy singing this song been doing it for a long time. Is there anything he knows that he ain't said? Sing a song for freedom, sing a song for love, sing a song for depressed angels falling from above. Grandpa held the paper, pretending he could see, but he couldn't read without his glasses on. How can all these people afford so many things? When I was young, people wore what they had on. Mama said, a little love and affection in everything you do will make the world a better place, with or without you. A little love and affection in everything you do, a better place. Slamming down a late night shot, the hero and the artist compared. Goals and visions and afterthoughts for the 21st century. But mostly came up with nothing, so the truth was never learned. And the human race just kept rolling on. Rolling through the fighting, rolling through the religious wars, rolling down the temple walls and the church's exposed sores. Rolling through the fighting, the religious wars, mostly came up with nothing. Grandpa, here's your glasses. You see much better now, said that young girl of Edith and Earl. But Grandpa just kept staring. He was lost in some distant thought. Then he turned and he said to that young girl, little love and affection in everything you do will make the world a better place, with or without you. With or without you, a better place, with or without you. With or without you. that rooster crowing down on the double E. It's a new morning dawning on the green, bouncing off the towers, the sun's headed down to the street. The morning business meeting, window shades undrawn. Another morning edition is headed for the porch, because Grandma puts down the paper before Grandpa raises his fork. A little love and affection in everything you do. A better place. Hear that rooster crowing down on the double E. Songs are all songs about a place called Greendale and family, the Green family, Edith and Earl Green and their daughter Son Green. They live in a little ranch called the Double E Rancho. Greendale's just a small town, a little coastal town in America. And the Double E is just one of thousands of old places that are just kind of hanging on. Places that were built in the 1800s by Spanish settlers. That's why they still kept the name Rancho on there. Nobody really spoke Spanish, but they thought it sounded cool to have Rancho. Well, Edith and Earl moved in a while ago, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Had kind of a rough start when they got there because they changed the name of the place. Their daughter, Son Green, is working on her homework. She's working on a book report on a book called How to Use the Media, and another essay she's doing on Alaska, Saving the Wilderness by Son Green. Son's daddy is a painter. He paints psychedelic paintings, and he's very good at it. Son thinks he's about the best painter in the whole world. I think he is too. When you look at Earl's paintings, first of all, you just see kind of a blur of lines and colors. The longer you look at them, the more you see. Until finally you can see people talking and making love and fighting and kicking each other, playing cards, doing all kinds of things. All Earl's paintings are like that. But he's never been able to sell one. Still, Son thinks he's a great painter, and I think he is too. But Son wants to be an artist, maybe a performance artist. She's working on something out in the field that she wants a lot of people to see someday. She's working in hay. She carries bales of hay on the back of a flatbed truck out into the middle of the field on a green hillside. And that's her canvas. Sometimes I forget to plug that in. Back in the day, living in the summer of love. Living in the summer of love.
Well, Greendale's about 2 miles from the Double E. This Greendale's kind of out in the, the Double E's kind of out in the sticks. Greendale is inhabited by Satan, who lives in the jail in Greendale, and has been there since 1911 when they built the jail. It's not a very big building. Just one cell, a place for the deputy or somebody to hang out there, supposedly watching the prisoner. Of course, you can't see the devil, so it's hard to watch him. Although you can see him in reflections in store windows and things around town occasionally, because he likes to get out and dance on the sidewalk. Down at the harbor, Captain John Green has his boat. It's at the end of the old wharf, the condemned wharf, the old wooden falling down funky wharf. Has a building out at the end, funky old building, 2 stories, with fish written on it. And I guess they used to clean fish there or something in the old days before it was condemned. Captain John Green and his crew of 2 are coming in the dinghy and climbing up the ladder to the top of the condemned wharf. And the captain is telling them that although they have to go into Greendale for supplies, that they shouldn't tarry in Greendale. They should come on back. Because the captain never goes to Greendale and will never set foot in Greendale again as long as he lives. He doesn't recommend anyone else to do that either, especially these 2 teenagers. The captain is Grandpa's brother. Grandpa was in that first song there, sitting on the porch. I don't know if you know that. He's back there in the past now, so. Song last night, so I still got a chance to do it twice tonight. It's okay. I'd rather stop. It's just getting started.
Shine on the streets of hate, where the devil dines. Who knows what he ate? It's a simple thing, trying to stay afloat. The captain captain said, without his bow, some things are getting better, other things a little worse. It's a situation much like a curse. It's the devil's sidewalk, it's the devil's door. I try to avoid it, said the captain of the shore. There's a garden growing and a million weeds, with no way of knowing who has done which deed. That's an honest tale, said the helmsman to the mate, about a woman delicious in a matter of fate. Big wheel keep rolling down on me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. John Lennon said that, and I believe in love, and I believe in action. When push comes to shove, who cares what you believe, said the captain amazed. If you stood in my shoes, your eyes would be glazed. So my fair damsel, won't you take your leave? Are you headed for the country where you wear the green sleeve and the children laugh and the old folks sing and the church bell tolls for a miraculous thing, where the big red furnace just glows and glows, where the big heart beats, where the big wheel rolls.
guy, Jed, was driving his 1960 Lincoln convertible down the coast highway and met up with a situation right at the end of the town line where there's a sign that says, "Leaving Greendale." He was noticed by Officer Carmichael as he sped by about 85 miles an hour with no brake lights. Highway, flying through the night, Jet got stopped by the CHP for speeding and no red lights. Rolled down the driver's window, slipped his gun down under the seat. Glove box full of cocaine, trunk was full of weed. Driver's license and registration, said the officer with his flashlight, searching around the floor of the car, feeling like something ain't right. Jed's light flashed before him like a black and white Super 8. He heard the sound of the future on a scratchy old 78. Nothing was still, all was moving when the flashlight found the gun. Then Jed pulled the trigger in a split-second tragic blunder. Makes you think about living, what life has to tell. Said Jed to Grandpa from inside his cell. Camouflage hung in his closet, guns all over the wall, plans for buildings and engineers, and a book with no numbers to call. The whole town was stunned. Closed the coast highway for 12 hours. No one could believe it. Jed was one of ours. Meanwhile, across the ocean, living in the internet is the cause of an explosion no one has heard yet. But there's no need to worry, there's no reason to fuss.
Just go on about your work now and leave the driving to us. And we'll be watching you and everything you do. And you can do your part by watching others too. Staring in disbelief. Jed had always been good to him, never gave him any grief. The moral of this story: try not to get too old. The more time you spend on earth, the more you see unfold. And as an afterthought, this must too be told. Some people have taken pure bullshit and turned it into gold. So Jed had a severe error in judgment. Split-second mistake that landed him in the Greendale jail. And had his name on everybody's lips in town as the killer of Officer Carmichael. A fine officer with a beautiful young bride. And many good friends in town, especially on the police force. Carmichael was a complicated guy, though. He had a lot of things in his life going on. And when he died, there was a certain amount of wreckage. He had a few secrets. The widow had a couple of friends. They were helping her go through Carmichael's belongings. Try to bring some order to the house so that she could walk around in it without breaking down every time she looked at a wall or in a closet. a silk scarf and a napkin hidden in a drawer, $200 in an envelope labeled Lenore. Maybe she shouldn't see this, she should never know, said the widow's best friend, and I'll just take it and go. I'll give her the money later, say it was in his shoe, that way she'll never find out. That'll do. Carmichael was a credit to the force in everything he did. It's like we got a big hole in our side where he fit. If any of you officers would like to say a word, now would be the time to be heard. Thank you, Chief, I sure would. Carmichael was a partner of mine. He was always very careful, and he played it straight down the line. One by one, the officers spoke, and the service drew to a close. He had no living relatives, but his wife, she never showed. She just couldn't face the men, and they all understood. They got in their cars and drove home as directly as they could. The new widow sobbed beneath her veil. Shot down in the line of duty. Is this how justice never fails? I wish that things were better when we said goodbye today, but we had our share of good times along the way. Remember, hey, Mr. Las Vegas, you used to be so cool. We met Wayne Newton down at Pebble Beach and you acted like a fool. We just couldn't stop laughing. It seemed so funny to us. We left our luggage back in the room and almost missed the bus. That was a great vacation, maybe the best of all. But goddamn it, Carmichael, you're dead now, and I'm talking to the wall. year nobody parked a car in Carmichael's space. Thank you. How you doing?
Woo!
How you doing, Neil? I'm doing fine. I'm a little concerned about Jed. So Son was out in the field working on a project. She was doing really well. Things were coming along really nicely. And Earl was trying to sell his paintings as usual, and life was going on. He wasn't selling any paintings. That was good. No wonder that people like it so much. I think that's the problem, is I read about it in the paper today. I don't think you'll ever get rid of that stuff, so you don't have a problem. That's it. So one day, the devil visited Earl's studio and cleaned his glasses. Now, Earl can't see very well. Most of the Greens can't see. My grandpa can't see either, but Earl paints, and he's got perfect glasses so he can see just what he's doing at close range. And when the devil showed up and cleaned those glasses, they were probably the cleanest glasses in the world at that time, because he's a very meticulous person. Not a person, I guess. He's nonetheless very meticulous. I think it's hard to disagree with that, because when he screws something up, he really screws it up royally. So he took his hot breath and put it on those lenses and just fogged them right up. And he took his jacket, a beautiful red jacket, cleaned them up there and wiped them off, and then he blew them on again, and cleaned them again, and put them on a little table there by the easel. The devil's a pretty dap-looking guy. He's wearing patent leather red shoes and a leather red jacket and a beautiful Panama hat. It's not red, it's a cream color. It has a red hat band. Then he disappeared. Just like that, leaving the cleanest glasses in the world behind. Later on, Earl returned to the studio after selling 0 paintings in Greendale and the surrounding areas. Gotta love the guy. He put on his glasses and started painting another picture. He just loved to paint. Been painting psychedelic pictures for 35 years. since the Vietnam War. She was a vet. He came back, unlike his brother. And he started painting. He painted a picture of this guy looking at him. It was unlike any other picture he'd ever painted. It was a guy in a red jacket with red shoes and a Panama hat with a ring around a red hat band, and holding a sign that said Alaska, printed out on Alaska, with his thumb out like he was hitchhiking. And Earl looked at this picture and he was shocked at the picture. He never, he didn't know where it came from, but he was impressed with it. It was very different, and it stood out from all the other pictures completely. It was a whole different thing. About that time, Son came in, and she looked at it, and she really likes Earl's pictures, but this picture made her very uncomfortable. She didn't like it at all. She's just shaking her head. She didn't know what to say, so she didn't say anything. Now, Earl decided he'd take the painting into town and see if he could sell it at the Greendale Gallery, at the L Gallery, pardon me, Lenore's L Gallery. So he went in there, and when he walked through the door with this painting, she jumped out of her chair behind her desk and ran up to him and said, "That is a great painting, Earl. That is fantastic. Where did you get that?" And Earl said, "I just painted it." And she said, "Well, it doesn't look like any of your other paintings. I love this painting. I want to put it right here. We're going to put it right here." So she put it in the most prominent place in the gallery, and she told Earl, "You ever paint anything else, anything like that, anything you paint from now on, just bring it right in. I got to see it, because I think you're really onto something." So Earl was feeling pretty good. And Earl's life had been like a roller coaster with this. Just the night before was probably the lowest point in his life, where he felt like he was a miserable failure, and he was trying to forget about some of the things that he knew. Pictures from his past kept coming back to him. He was haunted by the fact that he couldn't sell any paintings. He started hearing funny little electronic sounds in his head. So he went to a motel. He was so depressed that he decided to go to a motel in Greendale and spend the night there. So he checked into the motel and broke out his laptop computer and put it on the bed and opened it up and got on the internet, checking around to see if maybe you could try to auction off some of his paintings on eBay or something. He was watching a little TV, and Nature Channel had some dung beetles on there. He was pretty depressed. Started thinking about his life. Oh, God. I tell you, this guy. Earl Green. Remember that name. He's a great artist. Someday you'll see his paintings.
Turning the pages in this old book seems familiar. Might be worth a second look. Wrapping up dope in a paper bag, talking to yourself, taking a drag. Who you kidding with what you say? Doesn't matter, you'll never hear it anyway. Gotta get past the negative thing. Lawyers in business, you get what you bring. No one's sorry, you did it yourself. It's time to relax now and then give it hell. Someday you'll find everything you're looking for. Someday you'll find everything you're looking for. You didn't bet on the Dodgers to beat the Giants, and David came up. Now you gotta pay up. You didn't count on that. Geez, half the money's gone. The month is still young. Where are you gonna go now? Gotta trust someone you trust. Can't go to your brother, 'cause that money's all gone. Can't go to your friends. Someday you'll find everything you're looking for. 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 Yeah. Made out like a bandit for all these years. What are you working for? One more big score? What are you trying to prove? Try to get closer, but not too close. Try to get through, but not be through. No one can touch you now, but I can touch you now. You're invisible. You got too many secrets. Bob Dylan said that, something like that. Someday you'll find everything you're looking for. Someday you'll find everything you're looking for.
son was finally finished. She created what she thought was a fine work of art that had a message. And she was sitting on the back of her truck watching a airliner fly by at about 5,000 feet on its way to land in the city. She was wondering what her art looked like from the window of one of those planes. And she had created a huge circle on the side of the hill, this beautiful green hill, in straw, which are two great colors that go together just beautifully, and a beautiful circle about 200 feet across with war written right in the middle of it, W-A-R, with a big straw line right through the middle of it. She figured you'd probably see it for miles, and all the people on the airplane could read it when they were landing. That was her statement. She was feeling really good, really positive about herself, and about the fact that she was able to create something like that. She wanted to show it to Earl, see what he thought. And but first she went into town to visit Jed in jail, see how he was doing. That morning, at the same time as she was finishing her crop sign, Grandma and Grandpa woke up in town, because they live in town, in a little house. They spend a lot of time at the Double E, but they live in town. They were having breakfast, and they noticed a noise outside, and they looked outside. There were people with cameras and lights and microphones and generators and vans. Then this house started shaking. There was a helicopter right over the house. The media was outside their house and surrounded. And Grandpa looked out. He figured out that they wanted to do a special on Jed and the Green family and Jed Green, the cop killer. So they got in the Eldorado in the garage, and they went out the back, and they took off and left them all there and went towards the Double E. Grandma was driving. She drives really fast, especially on the back roads. Hadn't rained in a few days. You could see the trail of dust for about half a mile behind the car as they sped through the fields towards the Double E. And Grandpa was looking forward to seeing Son, because he loved his granddaughter. He was very proud of her. He was disappointed to find that she'd gone into town to visit Jed in jail. So Grandma left him there at the Double E, and then she went into town, back into town to see Great-Grandma and pick up some food that Great-Grandma had made, especially for Grandpa. Great-Grandma is 104. She's a scotch drinking, cigarette smoking, kind of a tyrant family. And almost totally blind. But she can see well enough.
said Edith as she filled his cup. Nobody'll find you here, and Earl is glad you guys showed up. The way things are downtown, you might have to stay for a while. There was a helicopter hovering over your house when I talked to your neighbor, Kyle. Who the hell do they think they are? Invading our home like that. Grandma and I had to leave so fast, couldn't even catch the cat. The helicopter scared the shit out of me, and it took off down the trail, down across the railroad track toward the county jail. Jed, you really screwed up now. What do you have to do that for? Everybody wants to hang your ass. And here's a note from Lenore. Sun touched the cold steel bars. She pushed the letter in. Jed took it up and read it. Couldn't hide a grin. Outside the jail window, a crow flew across the sky, completely disappearing behind each bar, and then a helicopter flew by. Say hi to Earl and Edith. Tell them I'm doing fine. It's time for you to leave home now, son, and they ought to cut the line. Can Grandma come and see me? I got a new song to sing. It's longer than all the others combined, and it doesn't mean a thing. Was unfamiliar. Walkie-talkie squealed. Generators were humming. Vans parked out in the field. TV crews and cameras. They wanted to interview Grandpa on the porch. They came through the gate and up on the lawn, knocking down Edith's tiki torch. Grandpa saw them there, looking through the Venetian blind. Those people don't have any respect, so they won't get any of mine. I ain't gonna talk about Jake. I don't watch Channel 2 or 6 or 9. I don't have time to talk that fast, and it ain't my crime. It ain't an honor to be on TV, and it ain't a duty either. The only good thing about TV is shows like Leave It to Beaver. Shows with love and affection, like Mama used to say. A little Mayberry living could go a long, long way. He took Earl's gun down from the closet, loaded up both barrels, went out on the porch and fired him off. And up walked a woman named Carol. Susan Carroll from Early Magazine, I got some questions to ask. Well, you can stick them where the sun don't shine, Grandpa said with a gasp. Then he fell face first, let out a sigh, and Edith ran out and shot. Grandpa was whispering to her from down on the floor. It looked like he was trying to talk. That guy just keeps singing. Can't somebody shut him up? I don't know for the life of me where he comes up with this stuff. His head on a newspaper with a picture of Carmichael on the front page, posing with a Little League baseball team, and a seedy shot of Jed on a motorcycle. Grandpa died like a hero, fighting for freedom of silence, trying to stop the media, trying to be anonymous. Share your love and give it so long. Share your love and give it so long. Share your love and give it so long. Live so long.
To Grandpa. Yeah, when we were recording these songs, I used to write them kind of on the way to the studio, and I made them up like one at a time. I didn't do them all at once or anything. Thank God. You know, I've never written songs that had characters in them and a story before. That's okay. My dad writes books, so I knew that I had it in me. I said, "Oh, that's all right. You can do that. You can go ahead." But the guys in the studio and everything, we got kind of, every day I come with another song, another part of the story, and they all came out in the order that I'm singing them. So when Grandpa died, it was devastating for us. He was a funny guy. I liked him. He was my favorite. I liked it when he said he didn't have time to talk that fast. Everything he said was kind of a funny thing, you know. Even when he was dead serious, it was always a joke. So we were all sitting around going, well, you know, Grandpa's dead. Drag. It was okay. I mean, it's not okay. I mean, you know, when Officer Carmichael was killed, that was like, you know, kind of dramatic. But nobody knew him, you know, so fine. Okay, we'll watch it on TV. It's just another death. But Grandpa was so close to home, so I stopped writing for a while, a couple of days. I couldn't think, you know, I just stopped. Nothing came to me. And then after a few days, everybody's sitting around in the studio, nothing's going on. Maybe we'll go fishing or something. And I woke up one morning and I said to myself, "What happened to Grandma?"
The evening fog was rolling in. It was getting hard to see. The old gray car edged down the road, headed for the double E. She was bringing down dinner for Grandpa. It was crawling with vitamins and tender as a mother's love. Tender as a mother's love. When she saw the TV vans. The side door was open. There were 3 TVs. Grandpa's face was on everyone. He was talking to a woman with a microphone. next day, right away, all the neighbors came by and said goodbye to Grandpa. And all the cars from the funeral home came and they took him away. Grandpa had specified that at his funeral he wanted old cars. So they brought out all the old hearses, the old hearse and the old limousines and old sedans, and it was like from Grandpa's past or something. It was a beautiful thing, all those black cars parked in front of the double E in the fog. The next day, Son Green got up and packed her bags. Instead of going to school, she took off. She left home. Submarine started making waves on the day your grandpa died, speaking out against anything unjust or packed with lies. She chained herself to a statue of an eagle in the lobby of Power Co. Started yelling through a megaphone, "There's corruption on the highest floor!" Suits poured out of elevators. "They're all dirty!" Phone heads began to speak. "You can't trust any of them!" Security couldn't get her down. She was welded to the eagle's beak. Son Green leaned into that megaphone and said, "Truth is all I seek." Security brought in some blowtorches. News cameras recorded her speech. "And the city is plunged into darkness by an unpredicted weather and blackout. The White House always blames the governor, saying the solution is to vote him out." Atop of that great bronze eagle, Son's voice was loud and clear. She said, "America is working with the White House to paralyze our state with fear." It was a golden moment in the history of TV news. No one could believe it. It just got great reviews. "Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too. Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too. Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too. Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too." So we had to shoot it dead and leave it lying in a puddle of blood at the foot of Sun Green's bed. Next day, Sun Green got busted for pot, and it made the headline news. Then the charges all got dropped, and the story gets confused. She'd still like to meet Julia Butterfly and see what remedy brings, and be a goddess in the planet wars, trying to save the living things. But that might not be easy, living on the run. Mother Earth has many enemies, there's much work to be done.
Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too. Hey, Mr. Clean, you're dirty now too.
Thank you, you're a great audience, really are. Good Dublin audience. What? I'll just let that go. watching Sun dance. He thought she was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. And she probably was. He was captivated. Couldn't take his eyes off her. While he was watching her, the devil slipped up beside him and put some devil dust in his drink. And Earth was just drinking some Alaska water. But from that moment on, he could never get enough to drink. He was thirsty all the time. He needed more and more water. He stopped at the convenience store and picked up a couple of boxes full of water, put them in the back of the camper, and headed north on Highway 1 towards Alaska. But Earth was starting to sweat and thinking about what route to take, and thinking it over and always second-guessing himself and wondering if he was being followed. Very suspicious about every little sound that came out of the motor, like the thing was going to break down. Every possible thing that you could worry about, he was worried about over and over again and couldn't stop. Meanwhile, he's drinking all the time, sweating, flying down the road about 80 miles an hour in his Alaskan camper. And there was a red glow coming out of the back of the camper. Looked like he picked up a visitor on the way somehow. And Sun was asleep on his shoulder. Just as beautiful and content and as peaceful as could be. She was dreaming. She was dreaming that she was still in high school. She was in a high school play. There was a cardboard house on the stage, looked just like Double E. And on the porch there was a big rocking chair, Grandpa sitting in it reading the paper. On the other side of the stage there was a cardboard jail. Jed was sitting there with Carmichael. They were talking about something. Son's cat walked across the stage. Then the cheerleaders came out, but they were all dressed in camouflage. Not the Greendale outfits they usually wore for the Fighting Demons games that they went to. Son looked at herself. She was wearing a camouflage also. Torn camouflage. War paint on their faces, bandanas. The Imitators started playing.
Save the planet for another day.
Attention shoppers! Fire the conscience of sin!
Save the planet for another day.
Save Alaska! Let the caribou stay!
Don't care what the government say.
They're all fucking paid for anyway!
Save the planet for another day.
Hey, big oil! What do you say?
We were running through the night, never knowing if we would see the light. Paranoid, schizophrenic visions, living in fear of the wrong decision. We gotta wake up, we gotta keep going. to say, Mother Earth. Meets the sky.
You can make a difference if you really try.
Be the magic in the northern lights.
6 days, 6 nights.
Be the river as it rolls along.
It has 3-eyed fish and it's smelling strong.
Be the rain you remember falling.
Be the rain, be the rain.
Yeah, rain was falling and we're soaking wet. Hail is beating down on our head. Wind is blowing through our hair. Faces frozen in the frigid air. We gotta get there, Alaska. We gotta be there before the big machines. We got a job to do. We got to say, Mother Earth. Dream the hunter on the western plain.
The birds are all gone. Where did they go?
Dream the fisherman in his boat.
He's coming home empty. He's barely afloat.
Dream the farmer in the old heartland.
Toxic waste and chemicals are killing the land.
Next morning, sun was up at dawn. She looked around and Earth was gone. Dark visions he had last night. He needed peace. He needed light. He heard the rumble and he saw the big machines. The green army roads. It was a bad dream. He had a job to do. He had to say, Mother Earth. Be the ocean when it meets the sky.
Big freighters are dumping crap somewhere right now.
Be the magic in the northern lights.
The ice is melting.
Be the river as it rolls along.
Toxic waste still dumping from corporate farms.
Be the river as it rolls along.
Be the rain, be the rain.
Thank you. I'll be back in a few minutes.
La 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 la. It's gonna take a lot of love to change the way things are. It's gonna take a lot of love, or we won't get too far. So if you look in my direction and we don't see eye to eye, my heart needs protection, and so do It's gonna take a lot of love to get us through the night. It's gonna take a lot of love to make things work out right. So if you are out there waiting, I hope you show up soon, 'cause my heart needs relating, not solitude. Gotta love, love. La 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 It's gonna take a lot of love. 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 Gonna take a lot of love to change the way things are. Once I was in love. Now it seems that time was better spent searching and in finding, but no one seems to know. So don't say you lose. Don't say you lose. Don't say you win, and no one one seems to know. No one seems to know. When you're down, you gather strength to leave the ground. When you're high, it makes you weak and you fall back down. So don't say you lose. Don't say you lose. Don't say you win. And no one else will know. No one else will know.
Thrasher!
Yoo-hoo!
Ambulance blues! Pocahontas!
Like a hurricane.
All of it. We've been through some things together, with trunks of memories still to come. We found things to do in stormy weather. Long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come. With your chrome heart shining in the sun. Long may you run. It was back in Blind River in 1962 when I last saw you alive. But we missed that shift on a long decline. Long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Although these changes have come. With your chrome heart shining in the sun.
long may you run. Maybe the Beach Boys have got you now, with those waves singing Caroline rolling down that empty ocean road, getting to the surf on time. Long may you run, long may you run, although these changes have come. With your chrome heart shining in the sun, long may you run.
Do one of Grandma's favorite songs. It's the river water. Is that what it is? It's the water. Good choice. This whole world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time
comes a time, 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 comes a time.
I don't know if I want to get out of here.
Door bank. Interstate.
Okay. Okay. Now I know it. I don't know about this one.
Give it a try.
I'll give it a try. Get a good shot. The only one I have tuned down. Okay. I'll use it. Swim to shore, walk on that same beach like I did before. I really want the sun to shine. I really want it in the night. I really want to feel your love.
I really wanna feel your love, and I wanna feel your And now the night is still, the mansion on the hill, the children sleeping in their endless dreams. I wanna catch a wave, I wanna swim to shore, walk on that same beach like I did before. I really want the sun, want the sun to rise. I really want to end the night. I really want to feel your love. I want to feel your love.
Don't be denied.
This is actually the one that Grandma likes the best.
Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the light. We know where the music's playing, let's go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I wanna celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. Because I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. surely Montezuma with his coca leaves and pearls. In his halls he often wandered with the secrets of the world. His subjects gathered round him like the leaves around a tree, and their clothes of many colors for the angry gods to see. The women all were beautiful, the men stood straight and strong. They offered life in sacrifice so others could go on. Hate was just a legend, war was never known. People worked together and they lifted many stones. They carried them to the flatlands and they died along the way. But they built up with their bare hands what we still can't do today. And I know she's living there. She loves me to this day. I still can't remember how or when I lost my He came dancing across the water. Dancing across the water. Cortez, Cortez, what a killer. I was lying in a burned out basement with the full moon in my eye. I was hoping for a replacement when the sun burst through the sky. There was a band playing in my head, and I felt like getting high. Thinking about what a friend had said, I was hoping it was a lie. Thinking about what a friend had said, hoping it was a lie. Well, I dreamed I saw the silver spaceships fly in the yellow haze of the sun. There were children crying, colors flying all around the chosen ones. All in a dream, all in a dream, the loading had begun. Flying Mother Nature's silver sea to a new home in the sun. Flying Mother Nature's silver sea to a new home.
Don't let it bring you down. Around with it.
Thank you, everybody. You're a great audience out there.
Do we want to hear without you? I would.
I wouldn't be here without you.
It's these expressions I try to give that keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Across the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, and still a fine line keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart